everybody. Welcome to Wingman's Hangout, the campaign update for Descent Underground. With me is the creative director, Rob Irving. And by the way, if you missed the Tuesdays, he's phone's off. Phone's
Good job,
off.
Eric.
Sorry, my bad.
Live presentation right
One
here.
would have to
Live
be live presentation. This is what live streaming means. So we have a few questions we're going to get to from the forums, our forum feedback later on.
What the fact?
What the fact? Right. This is a different show.
Wrong show.
Right. 72 episodes, and now we've changed all the formats. How can I keep up? It's crazy. So we've got a lot going on at Descent Underground. We're into the last 8 days of the campaign. We end Friday night at 7 p.m. our time. 8 days left. 8 days. We are going to have that big hockey spike at the end that most of the Kickstarters have. And we're expecting that. It looks like we're in pretty good shape. All the little graphs that we follow say you're going to make it. So, keep pounding the pavement and slamming the bushes and helping us spread the word, because that's how this will get done. I'm making words up as we go here.
Completely random.
So, should we go right to? I think we should maybe drop right into
questions.
Yeah, or should
I think we should start by saying thank you to everyone out there. I think that's a good starting point.
You know what would be a good thank you? Maybe if we showed them our first multiplayer session.
We could show that off. It's like,
should we do that, Mike? What do you think?
I'm ready.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
First multiplayer session. That's cool. So, by the way, right now we are also on chat with our chat rollians.
On our
Descendent.Studios chat
roll.
And Phil, you are monitoring the Twitch chat, correct?
Yep.
So anyway, that was the first pass at multiplayer as we come hot off the presses. That was yesterday, actually.
Yeah, and we're tweaking all the movement.
We are.
We're tweaking the lasers are still.
We're playing with it. I mean, we got to get it right, and that's right. And so it's a work in progress. Obviously, it's not even close to completed. We only have the one ship type in there right now. We're going to get the Typhoon in there. We're going to get some other stuff coming up. We don't want to mention.
There's a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah, and so we'll probably put that on the front page of the Kickstarter today. I think probably today. But we want to show you there is actually multiplayer going on in the game and power ups and not floaties.
Not floaties. It's a lot easier to tweak all this once we're in the game playing with it.
Than it is
to theory craft about it with numbers on paper.
So. Right, and actually we had to do that yesterday with video cards. We had to move settings around to make it feel just right.
Yeah, there was definitely
not
some
optimized.
Tweakage.
We're not optimized yet, one would say. So that's coming. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're very excited to show that to you guys. And there's more of it we'll be doing as we go. So we'll get a lot of that Descent feel that I think you want.
And I'm very certain it was Phil that was running into everybody else. It was definitely not me.
It was ramming speed, Captain. Ramming speed. So cool. Should we go right to what the fact?
What the fact?
What the fact? Michael, do you have any what the fact questions for us today?
Let's see some.
I do, but I also want to mention real quickly.
Who won the first multiplayer?
We'll be taking some Skype calls.
Oh, we are going to be taking some Skype calls.
Just mention that right now.
But don't call that. Wait till we ask, because my thing will be going.
Hold the phone. Yeah. Turn the volume up.
No, well you can't, because we've got to test it with the microphone.
All right.
So let's take our first what the fact question from Etheris. The levels are absolutely gorgeous. Artists will like to hear that. But the visual style of the ships, and especially the lasers, feel out of place. I was just wondering if there are plans to loop back to this. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, now remember, there's a handful of people working really hard right now to put all this together as fast as possible so we can show it to you. But, this is not a full production cycle by any stretch of the imagination.
We're still basically in pre-production, or, we're really early.
It's like, is there a laser? Yes, good enough for now. We at least have
Oh,
one.
yeah,
But it's like,
that laser's not even close to final. No,
way too fast. Not the right effects. But it was there. It was representative at least, so we could get some
It
play
allows
in
us to
front of
check the
people.
hit boxes.
Yeah.
It allows us to check, how fast the lasers travel. All these kind of things. But we still have to have the SFX people go through and VFX people go through and make all those special effects. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna marry. They'll get more closer together than they are now.
Everything is still in progress.
And a lot of the ships you see that we release are concept phases, and those are generally more cartoony.
Yeah, that's for lack of a better word. Yeah, they'll always on the concepts. They'll always look less realistic than they would in the game.
Right. But we'll merge them together. They'll eventually come together, and that will be one cohesive style. Hope that makes sense. Do we have another one there, Michael?
Well, I would also add that all the gameplay in there is incredibly preliminary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, all the power-ups don't necessarily work completely yet. They're there.
Nope.
Yeah,
Pre.
Yeah, is there such a
pre.
thing as pre-alpha? Do you need 2 pre's?
You could as many pre's as we can cram in front of it.
We're quite a bit ahead. However, we because we're using Unreal, and because that's one of the reasons we chose it, we're able to rapidly prototype this. So, yeah, this is kind of like a prototype, and so it'll be, and this is. The idea is that we will get a working, fun prototype out by August for you guys to start playing. I mean, some people that come on and pitch these games are 2, 4, 10 years out, so to speak. Ours is not even a year. I mean, you'll be playing this thing in 3 or 4 months, and that is the idea. And, the fact that we're playing it already is pretty amazing because we've only been working on it about 3 months. So, and the ships are going to be coming online. But then we got to figure out, the Typhoon spins, and how do we manage the lasers, and does that look, like that? Or, there's all kinds of stuff still to do. And again, we're bringing you guys along for the ride. That is the entire purpose. We want your opinion. We want your feedback. We want you in on the ground floor. So next question, good sir Michael. The Ars Technica article from Groundhound brought in a lot of people who had not yet heard about the project. Are y'all in contact with any other news outlets who can push Descent Underground news out there?
By the way, thanks for using y'all. We think it's important to speak Texan. It's our native language. So
is it a language?
It is.
Texan
is absolutely a language.
It is official. Okay.
Howdy,
y'all.
That's
Kentucky.
Awful.
I know. Yeah. Well, So yeah, we are. We've got a lot of things coming up. We're doing. We do this. We have an Engadget article and live stream coming. We're doing live stream tomorrow with Bad News Baron.
I've done a couple of interviews that are coming up shortly.
As well. Yep. So we are constantly on the warpath for news outlets and news cycles. And we've got some announcements in the bag that we're hoping to push out to some of the bigger ones like Kotaku and Polygon. But we're actually tracking where most of the traffic comes from, and you guys will be shocked at how little traffic you get from the big game sites.
Ars Technica was one of our big ones, and Tom's Hardware.
Oh, Tom's Hardware was
huge,
fantastic.
huge,
Yeah. So I think actually tomorrow we've got an MMORPG article coming out.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Another follow up on that. So that'll be coming up. So yes, we're constantly. This is what we do. I mean, while we're making the game, we're also marketing this thing, which is what we have to do to get the word out. So
check out our In the Press page because that's where we
update
collect
that all the time,
those articles. I try to keep on top of that as much as possible.
Yeah, and by the way, a lot of those articles have come from you guys. You guys have been helping us quite a bit on that too. So
thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. And so together, this is really a community deal, right? We make this together as a team, and so. That's completely why we're doing it, and we appreciate your help. And so, help us out. Yeah,
Speaking of the community, we're going to be on Bad News Baron tomorrow.
Exactly. Bad News Baron at
11 a.m. Central.
Our time, Central. So,
which is now UTC -6 because
Germany's
they just
7
went
years
over.
ahead.
They just went
7
over.
hours.
So they're now
5 p.m., 6 p.m. for them.
6
p.m. for Germany. 5 p.m. for
UTC.
UK. Yeah, UK. Yep. Whatever the Greenwich International.
GMT/UTC, same thing.
Yeah. Let's go to the question.
We're really good at time zones.
Yeah, right. From Scurry Panda. Will there be different disciplines that will unlock different ships? Will we unlock ships according to a predefined progression? How fast will ship unlocking be?
Okay, now we
will
say that for the sake of the screen size, there was a lot more to that question. We had to sort of
focus the question.
Focus it. That's an excellent description. But so basically, it's a let's talk about ship unlocks a little bit. Question.
Do we have to? That hardly ever comes up.
Yeah, nobody ever asks.
No. The currencies and all that's never ever come. No, I've never seen it.
I don't know.
I think we can just gloss over that.
Yeah, move on. Yeah. Now we're open about these things.
Yeah.
Some of them are still being designed, of course.
Yeah.
We don't give hard answers in some cases because we don't have those answers.
Yeah, we're still working them out.
It doesn't mean we're ignoring the questions. It means we're not where we're ready to talk about them.
But let's answer this one.
But let's go ahead and talk about this one a little bit. Because this is a good question.
It is a good question.
Okay, so one of the things that we wanted to address was the idea of unlocking ships in single player versus multiplayer.
Yeah.
And of course, the word grind comes in a lot when people talk about this.
Yeah, I think it's
weird,
because
isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not weird. I think a lot of people don't like to grind. I personally don't like to grind either. So
I play some games that are very grindy and some games that are not. It just depends.
But a lot of the grinds have to do with like unlocking something better.
Yeah.
And we don't actually have that anywhere in our game.
Yeah, this is more about better for what you want to do, not better than the other ship.
Right. Exactly. If you're a miner and you want to unlock the ship that's a little better. I mean, our ships are balanced on what, a 21-point scale? Or is that where you're at?
Right now, I think it's 24. But
24. Oh, 24
it's some
points.
number.
Right. And so the number is based on all these different columns. And so every ship has 24 points.
There is nothing more exciting than describing an Excel sheet
by saying
on
points.
A live stream.
I know, right? You could. But that's just to show there's no ship that's 30 points.
Right,
so
right,
that's the
yeah,
point,
so.
right? You're right. Spreadsheet mayhem. the beauties of design. You'll probably go over this at some point on the design.
There will definitely be a design underground on the ships.
So let's talk about unlocking.
But okay, so one of the things we want to do is in single player, the unlocks will be more a purpose-based unlock. You need to do this thing in this mission.
It's introducing them to
we'll introduce you a ship that you need.
Right.
Now, that's how that's going to carry over to multiplayer, if it does. Most likely, it would be somewhat of maybe like a discount. If you did a lot of mining, it'll be easier to unlock the mining ship in multiplayer.
The better you do in the single-player campaign will make unlocking those ships easier in the multiplayer campaign.
Now, the extent, we don't know yet, but...
That's balance.
So, yes, it's a balance thing, and balance takes time. So that's the first thing.
Plus, when you unlock in multiplayer, it's not like there's not like you unlock this one and then this one and then this one. And this
you're not on a fixed progression.
No, it's literally your choice, right? You get to a point where you've unlocked a ship, then you choose. Okay, I really want to try the class. I want to try this one,
and maybe again. This is being designed as we speak. Maybe when you do a lot of mining in the multiplayer game, the mining ship will be easier to unlock.
Yeah, absolutely.
But your first unlock will be in a handful of hours. It's not. We're not talking about 2 weeks of gameplay to get your first ship.
No. Why not? No, it's kidding. You're right. I know. It's funny because I think that you kind of. It's very hard to explain, and it's very hard to people. Want to believe the worst in some cases.
A lot of times people take a very, very cynical approach towards these kind of things, and I mean I don't blame them.
No.
It's you're cautious about spending your dollars on something that you haven't seen yet, right?
Well, it's a matter of trust. They're trying to put their trust in us to make the game.
And we are very trustworthy people, of course, but not everyone knows that.
No, but I think you're trustworthy.
I think you're trustworthy.
All right, there you go. What more do you need?
What else was on that question?
So
I've lost some of the question.
No, what was else on the question, Mike? Can you pull that back up? But it was unlocking the ships.
How
will there be a
long?
grind?
We done that. No grind.
There won't be a grind.
Progression. We answered that.
Yep.
Disciplines. We answered. Okay.
I think
we hit
did.
it all.
We haven't talked script and pals though.
Maybe now's a good time to talk about that a little bit.
You think they want to know about script and pals? I think so.
Nah.
Yeah, they do. So, and we'll probably put a post up about this on the forums, a little more in depth. And again, all these things are subject to change, but we're pretty sure it's based on a philosophy of how we want to do it.
Yeah, the philosophy will not change. It's just the exact numbers, the metrics that change based on the game.
So, what is script?
Script's your paycheck. Script is what's in your wallet. You need to
your wallet.
You need to top off the tank in your ship or whatever it may be in day-to-day. Go to McDonald's. You pay your script. That's what you earn for doing your job. So you go out there and do a mission, a match in multiplayer. and you earn script based on how well you perform and how well your team performs.
Right.
So the better you do, the more you get.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you take your drone back all banged up and they're knocking the dents out of it and rearming it and everything, you would spend your script to do that, to get your ship back into ship shape.
That being said, you will always, the baseline of that will always give you enough script to where you can repair your drones and make sure that you're completely charged with ammo and everything else.
Yeah.
You'll never run out and be forced to put in any extra money. This is going to do that. But the better you do and the better your team does, and by the way, script can also buy anything. Anything.
Ship customizations.
Customizations. To everything. Script can buy everything. So that's the point. Now, let's get to Phil's.
Phil's?
Oh, Phil's?
The ultra high currency.
The ultra high currency. Pals. Yeah,
Palisite crystals.
Palisite crystals. Mike, do you have that picture of the palisite that I sent to you? Or?
I've not seen that.
I sent that in email. Maybe Mike can pull that up while we're doing
Mike is looking for palisite right now.
I know. He's looking for palisite.
He's a gold digger.
Well, sort of.
He's a palisite digger.
So palisite is designed as a gameplay enhancer. So it's kind of like there'll be palisite in every map. It'll be hidden in pockets, some all over the place.
Maybe every
most maps. But yeah. And so while you're playing the game, you'll find some palisite. Or somebody will. Somebody on the map.
High dollar.
Right. And so that's something that then you become a target. So it's kind of one of those things that, holy cow, palisite's been, and that also gives reasons for scouts and, engineers, things that can actually locate that for the team, right?
Some of the ships also have little drops that they can basically mind watch, where they're waiting to see if certain things are discovered, so they can alert the team and
now
go after those.
There are going to be some items which require palisite.
Yep.
But nothing game-changing. It's purely cosmetic. Like, there might be some special wing assembly or special tail assembly that will require a touch of pals. Now, again, pals can be earned in the game. There's palisite right there, right?
You found some.
Right there. Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like.
It's hard to point.
Yeah, it's very rare. You can actually
properly on
I know,
camera.
it is. It's right there. And so, anyway, that's palisite. And so, where was I going with this? You can... There will be some special, customizable looking stuff, but nothing gameplay changing.
Right. That special burnt orange ship skin with a little longhorn.
Burnt
on the
orange
front,
with a longhorn on the
I'm not
front.
sure we can use that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Whatever. Whatever it might be.
You went to UT.
You want the Houston Rockets one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that would probably also be not allowed to do.
That would probably break the ship, honestly.
But who knows?
So
that's what pals are.
You'll always be able to find them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to.
It's a gameplay enhancer. No, but that's another thing. Pals cannot be converted to script.
Nope.
Not at all. Pals can be purchased though. If say you don't have enough pals in your thing and there's a skin out there that you desperately want, you can buy that skin with pals. You can also buy that. No, you can't buy script is everything but the ones that require
certain things will be no script, but most
so
things
there
will be
is
script.
no gameplay advantage gained in this game with using script or pal. Everything you can
or using money.
Using
actual money.
Again, you can't buy script with cash. You can buy pals.
You can buy pals.
And pals are enhancers.
But basically, it's a convenience mechanism. It is the idea that one guy out there is able to play 400 matches in a week and has plenty of pals.
Right.
One guy gets on the weekend because he has a few hours free from his job and his kids and his family and all of his everything else. He's like, well, I want to get that same thing, but he just doesn't have time to earn.
I'll put 50 cents in to get some pals and buy that skin or whatever, or a quarter. Yeah,
that's all it is. It's us being respectful of the fact that different people have different amounts of time.
And also, it's because they're voluntary. That is one of the ways that we stay afloat as a company and are able to continue to keep the lights on and make the game. So it's a voluntary thing, and that's the way the entire system works. So script is earned, pals is found, and that's how they work. So I hope that helps, and we'll probably put a post up because I know that there's been a lot of talk about that out there.
That's true.
That is true.
There has been a lot.
So let's should we take a Skype call?
Do we have any questions?
Do we have any questions on chat? Let's do chat first.
Phil, you got any good questions out of Twitch?
Phil's got a couple questions.
Phil, throw questions.
Throw a question in off camera there, Phil.
Hey, okay, we'll do.
Roll on in. We don't care.
Ether as Fox asked, I'm going to cut this down.
Ether as Fox asks.
With the single player and gravity levels that were sort of talked about.
Oh, who said that?
Would you be able to potentially drop stalactites on unsuspecting enemies?
Okay, so when we get to the gravity level, but that's not in the initial. We're 0G. That's like
down
phase
the
2,
line.
phase 3. Right.
There's a long line.
However, you can blow up the stalactites in the map now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be. It's more of a gameplay element as well. Pals might be hidden in there. Maybe not. Power-ups might be hidden in there. Mm-hmm. It creates hazards for your enemies if they're tracking you. Maybe you blow one up, fly by, and then they run into it. It's one of those things. So
how wooed.
How wooed. So that's kind of there will be blowing thing. If you ever played Mario, gameplay wise, when you hit that coin box with your noggin, that's a little bit like stalactites might be, only it's environmental interaction. So
ramming your ship into them is not recommended.
Not ramming your ship into them is highly not recommended. That would not be good. That's probably Phil. Phil, did you have any other questions?
I've got a couple more good ones.
2 more questions.
Here's an easy one. Will there be a chat interface?
So
will there
Phil
be a
asked,
chat interview?
Who
asked that?
Who asked that? Skull and Cross says, will there be a chat interface? You mean like in the game itself? I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I mean, a lot of people right now are, team speakers or, Ventrilo or any of those kind of things.
It's so much easier to be able to talk to each other than have to stop and figure out where.
But chat's easy. It's already included. It'll be there.
We'll have it.
But I think a lot of people want those taunts. We'll definitely have the fun taunts.
Will there be taunts? Yes, there will be.
And we're going to have some fun with those. And you guys might want to... if you have some ideas, maybe put those up too. Those will be fun to do. Phil, one more question from the Peanut Gallery.
Right, from Lou and Carmen.
From who?
Lou and Carmen.
Lou Hikarma. He's also on the other chat, so I don't know how you're in both places, Lou, but good job.
This has to do with the cosmetics of swapping out parts on ships.
Yep.
Given that our ships are actually looking pretty different, will you be able to swap out any wing for any other wing section and so on?
No. It's funny. This is one of those things that this is how it changes in development. The initial idea was that you would be able to do that, but as we started to develop the different concepts, we like the really cool looks, like the Typhoon with the spinny stuff. We're just going to have to develop different. Like there'll be a style that'll be released. Like say you want to be the Red Baron tri-wing style or whatever. Just as an example, I'm not saying we're doing that, but there'll be 9 versions of that for all the different ships. So you'll release like a style pack, I guess, in a way.
And certainly there will be commonalities as far as like decals and paint jobs and everything. So if your team is all about red paint jobs with a specific decal on there, every ship will be able to support that.
Or you've got an org or team that you want to all have the certain tail types where you guys look the same.
They'll be similar.
Right, exactly. It'll be like a style pack that script can unlock, and you can then put it on all your drones, and your team can do the same, and away you go.
Away you go.
So shall we take a Skype call? We'll take a Skype call. See how this goes. We're at Descent.Studios on Skype, so let's give this a shot. Descendent.Studios. What did I say?
Descent.Studios.
Well, I was trying to not let him actually find the Skype.
Oh.
Dang it, Rob. You blew it. Descendent.Studios. So if you want to be the first one to call, we'll take it.
You want another question, Mark?
While we wait, we'll get another question. Sure.
This one is from Xiphone 2.
Xiphon 2.
Right. Will the ships bought with pledges be unlocked for both multiplayer and single player?
Ooh, will the ships bought with pledges be unlocked for both multiplayer and single player? Multiplayer, yes.
For sure, multiplayer. I think that
you're not really unlocking them in single player as much as you're being introduced to them.
I think what possibly we'll do, and this is kind of off the cuff, but I think that the idea of finishing a level and then having sort of a free play mode where any ship you can use in it to just fly around and check it out with a different ship. I mean, that may be a way to find things you didn't find before because you go back with the mining ship and a map that you originally flew with the Typhoon.
Right. And again, the better off you do in those missions, the quicker you're able to unlock them elsewhere.
So yeah, I mean, I think we'll be able to work with that. I think that initial playthrough, you'll want to have a specific ship for specific missions or a handful of specific ships for specific
Phil needs
missions.
to get on board with only answering questions we've actually thought of before.
He needs to be better at reading our minds, apparently.
Apparently so. So that was a good question, actually.
It's an excellent question.
Yeah, it was a really good question. So we don't have any Skype calls coming right now.
We did have one last FAQ question.
Let's get the last FAQ
We are
question.
just way off kilter today.
Yeah, well. From Tron, I was wondering if you could talk a bit more about how a new player would experience Descent Underground in a sort of storyboard fashion. it's been sort of dropped in bits and pieces here and there, but maybe more a bit longer answer.
We'd really like to do an extended discussion of that, and maybe that's next week's Design Underground, for instance, of a day in the life and more in depth. It's not really something that we certainly can't do storyboards right now because we're not prepared with them. But I wanted to address that question and talk about the idea that we definitely can do more to give them that first day experience, so that people who are new to the game, just showing up on our Kickstarter for the first time, can get a feel for what it's going to be like. So yes, we'll most likely that'll be next Tuesday's Design Underground.
Plus, we'll also be posting these videos up on Kickstarter because I think one of the things that has been commonly asked for is what is the game? Because the initial video has a little snippet of the large environments, and as you guys all know, Descent is a lot of smaller environments that open into larger environments. So we got. As we progress through and keep building these maps, we'll get more and more of that. And so we'll put that up on the Kickstarter. So it'll be like top of the... And I think one of the actual Kickstarter guys, and that's our bad, we were putting these updates out and thinking, okay, everybody's got it, but, people don't... They come look... What are you doing over there at the whiteboard, though?
He's just letting us know Skype is currently on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, Skype. Well, user error. So
that explains.
That would be why I can't hear. So now we're going to change Skype to be able to actually take calls. Well, you can still hear it if you say away. You know what? I'll change it to here.
Just go ahead and go with all that.
Yeah. So Do Not Disturb would stop people from calling in, which
that does prevent anyone from calling in. Which
dang it, man.
Again, you have
all of my tricks.
You have a
all of my tricks
plan.
I'm getting out. I'm getting outed. Dang it. I'm a gem. I'm giving her all she's got.
Very complicated supervillain plan for keeping people from calling.
Right. Hey, this is great. It's like I could do. Maybe I could do it with my wife if she couldn't actually call in. That'd be fantastic.
That'd go over.
So Skype is up.
How comfortable is your couch?
Descendent.Studios. It's very comfortable. I'm on there quite often, actually. Yeah. I think I was on there last night, actually. Who knows? We can't. She's totally into it though. She's loving what we're doing, so it's kind of fun. So if we have any calls, Descendent.Studios, Skype is where we're at. Isn't it Descendent.Studios, right, Michael? Yeah, Descendent, DESCENDENT.Studios. And you guys can call us there, and it'll ring in our ear, and we'll be able to hear you. And so let's go to chat here. Let's see if there's any questions
people
here.
Are asking there.
Karks is being pretty harsh in there. Cyan called me. Hey, let's. Don't want to read that stuff.
Let's be friendly.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we got
there's a little bit of arguing going on in there.
Moderators
Elf
in
is
there
cleaning that up. We'll
things.
take care of that.
Let's all get along.
Right. So there's a little bit of arguing going on right now in the chat roll, it seems. You boys stop. Oh, here we go. We got a call.
Scurry Panda.
Scurry's calling. Here we go. Hey, Scurry, you want to use video?
No, I don't have video. Sorry.
All right, that's fine.
Voice.
We don't need to do the video. I've got an unknown call coming in on my phone, which is probably not going to be taken here. So what's up? First of all, thank you.
Yeah, hey. Hi. I'm Scurry Panda. Do we need introductions?
No, we just answered your question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you answered my question. So I just wanted to say thanks for doing this. This is awesome. Thanks for letting me join in so early, and I hope we get the Kickstarter going.
Yeah, we are. I think one of the things that people have to realize is when we research Kickstarters, at 25% week 1, 25% weeks 2 and 3, we're right in the middle of the lulling period. And the last week, all the people that said, just remind me, pop on board. So the last 2 and 3 days can be quite hectic.
And
so
we'll have more content up there, so people who come back to the site will go, oh, okay, they're making progress.
And we're probably going to have some people, local people in Austin, come in and play the game and try it out. Elf and Dunk have said they'd like to, and we'd like to have them. So, and by the way, you shouldn't be thanking us. We should be thanking you, Scurry.
Yes, thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for supporting us.
Yeah. So cool.
It's my pleasure. It's really I just enjoy being a part of it. So
well, that's why we're doing it. That's why we want to do it with the community for people like you.
We have a really good community here.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. It's awesome. The forums are really shaping up. Everybody is friendly. Everybody is civil. I think
it's one of the most civil disagreement
really
places I've
fantastic.
found.
We're going to keep that up too. By the way,
Yeah.
we will be very hardcore about no trolling in the forums. It's going to be. It's okay to have a dissenting opinion. It's okay to have constructive dissenting. Come on, man. It's a little DISS. But it's okay to be constructive in your feedback. It's not okay to be rude, and we're not going to allow it. We'll be very harsh that way. I mean, that's I'm a little harder than we were at RSI on the forums. I'll be pretty diligent about that. So thanks, Scurry. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, and later.
Bye.
Laters.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Always good to hear from Scurry. He's been with us for quite a while. He's helping out. Dissenting opinion. Okay, never catching on that.
They love your.
Veritil wants to come by. Yeah, we'll probably. That's good. Veritil, just let Dunkelza know, and we'll go from there. So, all right, we can maybe take one more Skype call, and then maybe one call answered on
One question.
one question from. It looks like we had a little booting in the chat roll. Elfin is very upset. We jumped in the middle of this. This is like real live television. Yeah, we'll get one more question from
almost like
from
real life
Phil
television.
here. From the Phils. Skull and Cross wants to know controller. So, mouse, keyboard only, joystick, gamepad. You know, we're gonna be HOTAS. We're gonna be supporting all kinds of stuff out there.
I'm looking forward to trying it on gamepad, although I really prefer keyboard.
You know, I've been playing I like the joystick. I like the joystick.
I still was kicking your booty.
You did.
Maybe you're remembering differently.
Yeah, differently. You know,
I can go vertically.
You know, I know I haven't the vertical bit. I've got to get back on. I got to get those keys mapped. You know that's an interesting point too. We've been playing a lot of the originals to get the feel of the maps, the flight, the feel of the speed of the combat, the robots.
Did you say robots?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Eric said robots.
There's no robots that are coming.
There are no robots.
Not that you
what are you
know.
talking? We don't know. We don't know anything.
No
about
robots
any
that you know anything about, or have seen yet.
These are not the robots you're looking for.
These are not the robots. They're not. There will be none of those shown ever.
Ever?
Well, I can't ever. Forever. What word can I use that doesn't mean ever? Like, maybe there will be some shown. Something like that.
Someday.
All right. So
Possibly.
Listen. Thanks you guys for calling in. Thanks for being part of this. Thank you very much for your support. And we'll see you next week. We'll
Spread the word.
Spread the word, and see you on Bad News Baron tomorrow at 11. See ya.